broads in Atlanta. Digital lean the family. Credit cards and
So we're back to a brand new episode of Dallas Mavericks MyGM mode. So right now we're 1-0, 1-1 obviously, 52 team chem, 67.9 fan interest, and we're second in the Western Conference and first in our division. So we did pretty good in that game, but our division, it's decently competitive. We have Memphis, we have Houston, San Antonio. Actually, it is really competitive, and we have New Orleans. So it looks like New Orleans could be last in our division, unless we're last, which maybe might happen if we tear apart the team. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep most of the core of the team on it by the end of the year. But if you look at our team though, it's made up of mainly one-year contracts. We'll go in contracts. There we go. Okay, so it looks like the only players who could actually come back are Dirk if he accepts his player option and we re-sign him, or we re-sign him. Chandler Parsons, who's definitely going to accept his player option. He's getting overpaid tremendously. $16 million for 81 overall is way too much. But then we got Zaza Pachulia, who might not come back. Darren Williams, who has a 2-year contract, so we're good. JJ Barea, who's going to be back. Devin Harris, who might be back, but we're going to trade him. Raymond Felton is a UFA. Jordan Farmer, the UFA. Villanueva, UFA. Dwight Powell, UFA, and that's about it. Otherwise, the rest we have team options and JaVale McGee, which we'll obviously take, because JaVale, 76 overall, 27 years old, for $1.4 million is a bargain. Regardless of how much you hate the guy, he's a bargain when it comes to that price. But we're definitely going to bring back Dirk regardless, if he does want to come back, which most likely will be yes, because I don't think he's going to retire after this season. But one thing with Dirk is, we're never ever going to trade him or just release him, unless we really have to, which I doubt we will. But we're going to go and simulate, because we really have nothing left to do. We're going to go and simulate up to, let's see, I kind of want to play, let's go and simulate up to, because we want to take basically a big chunk of the simulation, because we don't really want to go and play like 5 games in 1 month. Going to go and kind of evenly spread it out over a few months. So I guess we'll go and simulate up to this. I'll get a good chunk of simulating done. Let's go and sim up to the San Antonio game, the 25th. Now we're playing a competitive team within our division, so that's a good thing. So let's go and simulate these games. Okay, so just stop the simulation. We're 1-2 now. We're doing terrible. Dwight Powell would like more playing time, though. Dwight Powell. I really don't know what to do with Dwight. We have way too many centers in this team. We have JaVale McGee, Zaza Pachulia, Dwight Powell. Like, I guess it's not too much, but, I mean, you don't have room for Dwight Powell. We'll go and deny and coddle him. That way we can go and up the morale of the rest of the team. So Dwight Powell, not hard, no comment. We're not going to comment on that. One thing the media is you do never ever comment on any of that stuff. Most of it's just usually a trap, so just put no comment when you can. Let's go and simulate up to this 25th game though. Okay, so we just got a trade coming in. So we got Raymond Felton and Mejri going to the Kings for Omri Caspi and Seth Curry, younger brother of Steph. So I'm going to go and just, okay, so we're going to decline this trade because we have no use for Seth Curry or Omri Caspi, because we already have a few small forwards like Justin Anderson on the team, so we have really no use for them, so we'll decline this trade. That reminds me of one thing. We'll stop the simulation. Okay, we'll go to team status, stop that. So we just won that game. The first game we won since the first one. That's terrible, but we're going to go and trade. It reminded me. We're going to go and trade Devin Harris, hopefully for the Washington Wizards first round pick, because Washington, somehow they're bad every year. I don't really get it why, but Washington usually a bad team, maybe a lottery team, so let's go and pick up their pick, maybe. Okay, so this one trade came up for Devin Harris finally after looking. So Devin Harris in a second going to the Wizards for the first round pick, and Alan Anderson, the GOAT. So I guess the only way to go through is with the salary, so I guess we'll have to trade for Alan Anderson of all people. So will this trade go through? And it will. Okay, so we finally got the Washington Wizards first round pick out of this. We trade Devin Harris, the guy we don't really need, the guy who's kind of overrated, but at least we'll go and just simply business. There you go. So at least we finally have a lottery pick in this draft. Hopefully the Wizards are trash. One thing I want to do though is look at that Grizzlies pick. It's a terrible idea picking up that Grizzlies pick. So we're gonna go and see if we can flip it for something good, maybe. So we could do this flip. We could trade the Grizzlies first round pick, Mejri, for the Hornets first round pick this year, and Tyler Hansborough. Well, let's go through. And it has. Okay, so we picked up the Charlotte Hornets pick, which is a pick that might be pretty bad this year. I don't really know, but at least I feel comfortable getting rid of that Grizzlies pick, because that was a terrible trade. I did not want to get the Grizzlies pick because somehow the Grizzlies, they're almost the opposite of almost every bad team. They look like they're a bad team, but they surprise you. Almost like the Portland Trail Blazers last year in the NBA, or at least this year, I guess, this season. But let's go and simulate the rest of this. JJ Barea, playing him in his role again. It's annoying when this happens. This happens so often. Maybe we could go check out the rotation though to see where JJ Barea is at, because he's a pretty good player. And he can hit threes occasionally. He's not too bad, but I don't think he's not a starter though. I mean, he's a backup. He comes off the bench and drops maybe 15. So we're gonna deny and coddle him, and we're gonna go. Looks like maybe he's a tough love guy. We're gonna go no comment. Let him stew, because we really don't want to get rid of JJ Barea. He's a great role player. I do not know why he wants to be a starter. Tukey's really gonna fix this though, because players like JJ Barea, I don't know if they're really gonna be starters. I mean, some of them, like some players like Jamal Crawford in this game, if you go and pick them up, they want to be starters for some reason, yet they're really good as a sixth man. Like Jamal Crawford, like he won the sixth man of the year award like 3 times. But every time I pick him up in this GM mode, he always wants to be a starter for some reason. But let's go and check out where JJ Barea is at in the rotation. I mean, he's 77 overall, 30 minutes. He's playing more than Avery Bradley is, so maybe it could be worth moving up, but I don't really see a need to. He's a point guard. We have Darren Williams. I think we're fine. The only reason why I have Darren Williams still on this team is because there's a low salary at $5 million. I mean, you can't really find a point guard that okay or that decent for $5 million. Usually the guys like $8 million, $9 million. So it's more of a salary concern more than an actual talent concern. But Avery Bradley is a good talent and monetary asset. The rest of these guys, like Tyler Hansbrough, should be getting some minutes though. He's 6'9", he can post some players up. I'm sure he's not too bad at a power forward / center. He's okay on the Raptors, but I don't know. He's got good IQ, good rebounding. He's more of a Bismack Biyombo type player. I mean, he gets boards and basically just gets boards and post players up. Maybe dunks a few times, but I guess we can't really give Hansbrough too many minutes. Even without Devin Harris, we still have a lot of point guards. We have 1, 2, 3 with Darren Williams. So maybe we could try getting rid of another point guard. I don't really know. We could try trading for a small forward, like a Raymond Felton. We could try flipping him for like a decent small forward, because all we have right now for small forward is Justin Anderson, and he's not really on the team too much. We got Chandler Parsons too, but we gotta give Justin Anderson some minutes though. Like, these guys can't be playing 17 minutes all. We gotta roll with a bigger rotation so our players get less tired. So we're gonna go and drop JaVale McGee's minutes, Dwight Powell's minutes a bit. Raymond Felton could go and decline his minutes a bit because he's not as valuable. We'll bring up Tyler Hansbrough and Justin Anderson a bit. So now we got our main core of our players playing the minutes they should be. So I think we're good. Yeah, I think our rotation looks pretty good. We got Dirk playing the most of the minutes, 34. So let's go and simulate the rest of this, because I don't want to spend so much time on one little part of this. Okay, so it's time to scout. So halfway through simulating, it's time to start scouting. Let's go and see if we can find the players we want. So this year in this draft, it's basically the Ben Simmons sweepstakes in a way. I mean, we got a few other players like Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown, Chris Dunn, Dragan Bender, Buddy Hield. I mean, you got a great selection of players. One thing I want to do though is try drafting a point guard or even like a power forward type player to replace Dirk, maybe. But we're going to go and start scouting some point guards, and I guess the top 10. So we'll scout Jaylen Brown, Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Chris Dunn, Dragan Bender, not Timothy, not really, too much. We're going to try going for the younger players like 19, 20 years old, like Chris Dunn. The only reason why I'm going to be scouting him is because he's a point guard. We need to go and find a good point guard, because I don't want Darren Williams controlling my team in a few years. Because Darren Williams, he's more of a backup player to me, at least in my mind, he's a backup player. So we're going to go and try finding some point guard / shooting guards to go and try and lead this team. So it looks like we've hit our limit. So let's go and scout these players. Okay, so the trade just popped up. We got JJ Barea and Zaza Pachulia heading to the Wizards for Kelly Oubre Jr. and Nene. I don't really want to do this one. I mean, JJ Barea is way better than Kelly Oubre Jr. But then again, Kelly's like 21, 22 years old. And Nene's like making $13 million. So this is a pretty bad trade. I'm not going to take that one. Okay, so we stop right here because we played terrible against the Celtics, and Avery Bradley played bad against a former team. We had to go and coach him up a bit. Even though Avery Bradley, he's a great player, but he's young too. He's only 26. So he can make some mistakes. And I guess we can go and just coddle him. I mean, who cares? We lost against the Celtics. I mean, we're not going to go and win every game. We're 6-6. We're doing okay. I guess we're still in a playoff spot at 6th spot in the West. So we're not doing too bad. We're not aiming to make the playoffs this year, actually. One thing we should do, though, actually, is try trading back for our pick. I mean, our pick might be valuable this year. if we do miss the playoffs, which is likely in the Western Conference. So go and simulate up through this Memphis game. Oh, we can't even simulate up to this. Tyler Hansbrough practices too easy. Dwight Powell wants more playing time. Oh my god. So Tyler Hansbrough, I do not know if I really want to go and make a promise to him, because last GM mode I had a terrible problem making promises, because every time I make a promise they would go and I'd somehow break it somehow, even though I make the promise and I deliver. It doesn't really make too much sense. I don't know if it's a glitch or not, or if it's just me, but we're not gonna go and promise Tyler Hansbrough, but we're gonna go and see what Dwight Powell. I mean, he's not too bad of a player. Dwight's actually not too bad. I'll go Dwight. He's 74 overall. He wants 18 minutes. How many power forwards we have? We have Dirk and him. So I guess we could go and roll with him with a few more minutes. Tyler Hansbrough isn't really doing too bad. Let's see Tyler's scoring. So he's averaging not too bad. He's 4 points, 3 rebounds in 3 minutes. It's what we want from Tyler Hansbrough, and he's delivering. Actually, no, we're not going to take out Tyler Hansbrough. He's pretty good. So Justin Anderson, what is he doing so far? He's not doing too bad either. His shooting is not too bad. Let's go and see Dwight Powell. What have you been doing? He's been playing not too bad either. So Dwight Powell, these guys are actually playing pretty well down in a rotation. We're playing actually pretty good. JaVale McGee, what is he doing? So JaVale McGee, look at his offensive rebounds. 1, 4. Like practically half his rebounds are offensive rebounds. So I really want to limit JaVale McGee's minutes. He's playing pretty good. Raymond Felton though, he wants 34 minutes. So he must be playing pretty good. He's dropping like 23. Raymond Felton though, damn, he's playing pretty good. We could limit JJ Bare's minutes a bit and bring up Raymond Felton. He's playing very good right now. They replace him as their 6th man. There you go. Because if a man's playing good on our bench, might as well put him at 6th man. Our 6th man is kind of just loose right now. We have no really designated 6th man like Jamal Crawford or anything, like the Clippers have. So we can go and afford to do something like that. So we're gonna go and put Raymond Felton at 6th man to roll with the rest of this rotation. Dwight Powell, we could bring his minutes up a bit. We'll go and limit JJ Bare's minutes a bit. Bring up Dwight Powell's a bit. JaVale McGee, JaVale will bring him up a bit. There's so many guys playing well, that's the thing. So bring up Dwight Powell a bit. I think we're good. 13 minutes is not too bad. So I think we're good when it comes to that. Dwight Powell, should we go and coddle him? I mean, he's going to get pissed off if we don't respond to him. But if we do, he's going to get pissed off. So either way, we're losing regardless, because we're not going to go in. Because if you go and you promise to increase minutes, the rest of your team gets pissed off because they think they're losing their job somehow. So we're going to go and deny and coddle, just so we don't destroy the entire morale just based off of one decision. So I think our team looks good to roll with this rest of the simulation. We have one more game to play against Memphis, and we lost against Memphis. So maybe it's a good idea to go and trade that Memphis pick. So now, what should we do? Are you satisfied with your staff? Let's just say very satisfied so we don't create any controversy. We don't want to go and say, I hate my staff, which I kind of do. I want to go and just destroy my entire coaching staff so we can restart next year, but you don't really want to go and make your staff feel like they're going to lose their job. You do not want to give somebody that. Maybe just blindside them, but our team is doing pretty decent. 7-8, we're 9th in the Western Conference, we're out of the playoff spot. So we could go and afford to make some changes. I think we're last in division. Okay, so we're 4th in our division. So as I predicted, New Orleans not doing too well. But Memphis, they're 7-8 too. So maybe, well, Washington. Okay, Washington 2-9. There we go. Okay, so Washington, they're a terrible team, which is a good thing we got our pick. Who else did we get our pick though? Hornets, that's what it was. How are the Hornets doing? Are they bad too? Okay, so the Hornets are bad, thank God. Okay, so the two teams that we traded for their picks, they're doing terrible right now, so that's a good thing. 5-9, 2-9. Hopefully we can get some lottery picks out of these two. But then again, Charlotte's won 3 in a row, so these be 2-9, just like Washington. And Washington's lost 8 in a row. Damn, that's crazy. So hopefully Charlotte and Washington are terrible for the rest of the season. And maybe one thing we could look at though is getting our pick back. So I'm kind of scared at 7-8. We could either go and get our pick back, but I don't really want to do. We have 2 first-round picks, so we're fine with that. We don't need another one. Okay, so we're at the Spurs game right now, and Dirk somehow thinks we're gonna go and trade him. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Dirk is untradeable. And besides, he's on our untouchables list too, so I don't know why he thinks he's gonna get traded, but Dirk somehow thinks his job's over, but guaranteed no trade. Nobody ever is gonna be traded, Dirk, for you at all. So I guess I'll go and play that San Antonio Spurs game next episode, but I guess I'll end this episode off right here. Just make sure to like and subscribe for more on Dallas Mavericks MyGM mode, and thanks for watching, and I will see you later.